A very good evening. Welcome to Prime TV News on Friday, the 5th of July, with me, Iftiar Abdul Qadir. Your headlines first. Supreme Court issues an interim injunction against the death penalty. President says the government has given a colossal sum for education other than any government. Prime Minister claims the present government has unleashed a revolution in education. Orders issued to arrest 8 persons, including Nishanka Senadipati. And on news overseas, at least 26 die after a fishing boat capsizes off the Honduran coast. In your local news this evening, the Supreme Court today issued an interim order staying the implementation of the death penalty until October 30th. Meanwhile, the Prisons Commissioner today assured that no one would be hanged until the 17th of this month. A petition against the death penalty had been filed by attorney K.H. Diganage, citing that resuming judicial hangings is a violation of fundamental rights in the country. The Attorney General, Justice Minister, and the Prisons Commissioner General have been named among the respondents to the petition. They have been issued summons to appear before court when the case is taken up for further hearing on 29th October. Meanwhile, the Prisons Commissioner emphasized at the appeals court that he had not so far received any list with respect to those sentenced to death. He said that any information received in this respect would be intimated to the judiciary. He said so when the writ petition challenging the decision for the enforcement of the death penalty was taken up for consideration. An order whether to issue an interim injunction with respect to this petition is slated to be announced on the 17th of this month. It was due to give a ruling on this day whether to issue notices on the respondents that the petition would be carried forward. President Maithripala Sirisena has said that the present government has given for education a colossal sum that had not been given by the previous government. The president expressed this view at a function held at the Kaudulla Mahavidyalaya. The new 2-storied classroom building of the school was declared open by the president. A sum of about 5 million rupees has been spent on the project under the Rajarata Navodaya President's Program and the Pibidemu Polonnaruwa project. The labor contribution for this building came from the Air Force. Addressing the function that followed the opening of the building, President Maithripala Sirisena said that a virtuous country and a good generation can be groomed when the temple, the school and the village unite. There are many developed countries in the world. They are developed only in physical resources. But the people of those countries are not good, such as the people of this country. During the last 5 years, no funds such as the present government had spent on education. The president called on the children to study well and lead a better life in this competitive world and honor and respect their parents and teachers. North Central Governor Sarath Ekanayaka was among the large gathering present. On to a headline-making story. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has said that the present government has unleashed a revolution in education. The Prime Minister expressed this view joining in several openings in the Ruanvela area. Many development projects were vested in the public under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, while work on more projects was launched. Some of this work was carried out this morning. Accordingly, work on the Kahantota Visal drinking water scheme in Ruanvela was launched under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. This would supply drinking water for a large group. This would find solutions to the drinking issue encountered by the people of the area for a long time. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister also opened the new building of the Sulaimania Muslim Mahavidyalaya at Kahantota in Ruanvalla. This building has been opened under the project "The Nearest School is the Best School." It is a two-storied building. The Ruanvalla bus stand and the roads surrounding the playground are being carpeted and developed. Work on this project was also launched under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. A large gathering, including ministers and parliamentarians, joined in the occasion. The Attorney General has instructed the acting police chief to arrest 8 persons, including avant-garde chairman Nishanka Senadipati, over the case concerning the illegal floating armoury. In a letter addressed to acting IGP C.D. Vikramaratne, the Attorney General said the Criminal Investigation Department had informed him that 2 suspects in the case had left the country. The 8 suspects as named by the Attorney General are Palita Fernando, Karunaratne Egodavela, Nishanka Senadipati, Vishwajit Nandana Dialagoda, P.D. Premachandra, Saman Disanayaka, Damayanti Jayaratne and Mitra Samaravira. Senior State Counsel Nishara Jayaratne said that the Attorney General has given instructions to the Acting Inspector General of Police to file charges against them. The Sydney Technical University, the #1 modern university in Australia, has been opened in Colombo. It took place under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. The Sydney Technical University has been established with the aim of giving an opportunity for the Sri Lankan students to engage in their national studies with novel experiences. The project has been launched with an investment of $2 million, further strengthening the ties between Sri Lanka and Australia. Joining in the launch of this university, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that government has opened an avenue to give an opportunity to enter the most modernized technical university in Australia. The Prime Minister said that the students would be able to complete their degree in Sydney, Australia. Around 19,000 go abroad annually for studies, and about 40% of them select Australia for their studies. Among those who joined in the occasion was Australia's High Commissioner for Sri Lanka, David Howley, and Deputy Vice-Chancellor of the Technical University, Ian Wong. The project for the development of the Palali Airport in Jaffna was launched today. A sum of 2,250 million rupees is due to be expended. Among those who joined in the occasion were Minister Arjuna Ranatunga, State Minister Ashok Abesinghe, State Minister Vijayakala Maheshwaran, and Army Commander Lieutenant General Mahesh Senanayaka. The project is due to be implemented at a cost of 300 million rupees and with state funds to the tune of 1,950 million rupees. The first phase is already underway with the relaying of a 950-meter runway. This runway would be extended up to 1.5 kilometers and eventually 2.3 kilometers as the second and third phases of the project respectively. Upon completion of the project, the airport is expected to accommodate aircraft within an area of 1.8 square kilometers. Flights are expected to operate between Sri Lanka and India's Bangalore, Cochin, Hyderabad and Mumbai airports. Permanent terminal buildings will be constructed during the second phase once the airport attracts a significant amount of air traffic. The extent of the Palali runway will be expanded to 3,500 meters and it will have the capability to handle large passenger aircraft such as the Airbus A320 and A321. Located approximately 16 kilometers north of Jaffna, Palali is a Sri Lanka Air Force base and a domestic airport. The airport was built by the British Royal Air Force during the World War II. After independence, Palali Airport was used as the second international airport of the country to operate flights to South India. You're watching Prime TV News and still on local news. More than 93,000 have already benefited by the Munaragala District Ratavenuin Ekata Sitimu National Development Program. A kidney disease prevention program and a social disease prevention guidance program were organized at the Munaragala Nannapurava Mahavidyalaya under the Ekata Sitimu National Development Program. It was mainly organized for school children and teachers. A media literacy workshop was also held today. It was organized at the Royal School premises. Harsha B. Abekon, the Assistant Information Director of the Government Information Department, delivered a special lecture. Meanwhile, a mobile service to sort out issues of members of the Civil Defence Force and their family members was also organized. A large gathering joined in this mobile service held at the Munaragala District Civil Defence Force head office. A program to distribute water motors, grass cutters and water filters was held at the Munaragala Agrarian Services Centre. Another program to raise awareness on drugs prevention was held at the Buttala Divisional Secretariat, while many officials of the Presidential Secretariat and state establishments joined in it. The program will draw to a close under the patronage of the President at the Bibila grounds. The opening of 250 school buildings countrywide under the second stage of the project, The Nearest School is the Best School, commenced under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe yesterday. On the sidelines, opening of school buildings island-wide took place under the patronage of ministers and parliamentarians. The opening of the new two-storied technical laboratory building of the Gamini Madhya Mahavidyalaya under the project The Nearest School is the Best School took place under the patronage of Minister Gayantha Karunatilaka. The expenditure incurred was around 33 million rupees. The three-storied building built at the Aluthwava Kumara Mahavidyalaya in Anuradhapura was opened by Minister Chandrani Bandara. The new building of the Magalla Sudharma Vidyalaya in Gaul was opened under the Nearest School is the Best School project. This building and the multipurpose building as well as the Dangedara Jayavardhana Vidyalaya technical building were opened by Minister Vajira Abewardhana. The expenditure incurred was around 45 million rupees. State Minister Iran Vikramaratne opened the new laboratory building of the Puak Aramba Methodist College in Moratua. It is equipped with all facilities. The new building of the Akurana Azar Madhya Mahavidyalaya, the project launched under the Nearest School is the Best School, was opened under the patronage of Minister M.H.A. Halim. The expenditure incurred was around 50 million rupees. The new building of St. Mary's College Avisavela was put up at a cost of 20 million rupees. This two-storied building was opened by Minister Patali Champika Ranavaka. It was built under the project The Nearest School is the Best School. The new building constructed at St. John's Tamil Mahavidyalaya in Rakwana was opened by parliamentarian Hesha Vitana. He also opened the teachers' restroom and the canteen. Sri Lanka Navy has commenced a project to regenerate the coral reefs around the island under the directives of Commander of the Navy, Vice Admiral Pial de Silva. The restoration of coral reefs commenced in the sea off the shores of Kankesanture, centered on Northern Naval Command yesterday. Accordingly, the naval personnel planted 11 reef balls with replanted corals at its initial stage. The prime aim of the effort is to conserve coral reefs, which are subject to continued destruction due to a number of reasons. Further, the Navy will carry out regular monitoring of the project in order to ensure continual growth of the coral nursery. Your business news is up next. Sri Lanka Lankan shares ended firmer, touching their highest intraday gain in more than 8 months, a day after the government launched a $2.2 billion Japanese-funded project, boosting investor sentiment, while the rupee ended steady. The benchmark stock index jumped 1.8% to its highest percentage gain since 1st November 2018. The Bows ended up at 5,508.97, its highest close since 18th April. The index rose 0.16% last week and posted its first monthly gain for the year in June. However, the Bows is down 8.98% so far this year. The launch of the light railway transit project late Wednesday lifted real estate stocks, with Access Engineering ending 4.11% higher, while Property Development PLC closing 4.79% firmer. For more information, visit www.itnews.lk. Many thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.